Do you want to buy a house? Here's how much you need to afford a house in Florida.
And we're getting started right now. And the reason we're talking about this is because I was scrolling on Facebook and there's a group in Northport, Florida, which is near where we live in Venice. And someone posted a picture of their TV screen and it was from the news basically saying how much you needed to earn in these different cities to live. And Northport was really, really high, higher than I think pretty much all of them except for Miami. So then I went digging and came across this article, which is I think where they're getting the information from that they used on this news story. But here's the thing, that news story and this article might be a little, maybe not inaccurate, but deceptive if you don't understand how they're getting their data.
Buying a house in Florida isn't cheap, according to a report from Redfin. It is now harder than ever for Americans to afford a home.
Now keep in mind, this is according to Redfin. We're going to go to Redfin to their data.
Sky-high mortgage rates and rising home prices have made it more difficult than ever, especially for first-time home buyers, Redfin said, which, yeah, it is very true.
Yes.
To afford a home, Redfin said, buyers must earn $114,627 to afford the median price U.S. home, up 15%, which is $15,285 from a year ago, and up more than 50% since the start of the pandemic.
None of that surprises me. Have no qualms with any of that whatsoever. So here's where things get a little bit more tricky. Now, I don't think this data is exactly the same as what they showed from the picture of their TV screen that was on the news, but it's very, very similar as far as the way these cities rank. So as you can see, the annual income required to afford a median home, you got basically Northport at $123,000. The only one that's higher would be West Palm Beach, which is an expensive market and kind of almost feels a little bit like it's part of the Miami metro. And then Miami, obviously, of course, Miami is going to be the most expensive.
And see, like right now, just looking at the chart here, I can already tell it's not accurate because it has Orlando as lower than Northport. And if we're comparing city to city, that cannot be true. Orlando cannot be lower than Northport at all.
Yeah, and we're gonna tell you why this is accurate, but it's not accurate to the way people are perceiving it. So it says, it shows year over year change. I guess we could talk about that. You guys could just look at it because that's not really what we're trying to get across in this video. Median monthly mortgage payment, I think that's an important one to look at. Again, you can see that Northport is
$3,087.
And it's number 3 in the state. I mean, Fort Lauderdale is a little bit cheaper. Jacksonville is quite a bit cheaper. Lakeland, not surprising there. And then the median home sale price, again, it kind of reflects all that. It's same pretty much order, Miami, West Palm Beach, and then Northport, which if you watch our channel, what do we always say about Northport, Haiti?
If you want more house for your money, look in Northport. If you want to be close to Venice and you want, all the amenities of Venice, but Venice is out of the price range or your budget, we'll help you in Northport.
Yeah, and so by the way, we do have a real estate team in the area. We put a lot of time and effort in the videos, and if you find them helpful, we'd love to be your real estate team to help you out. So now here's the question. Why would this maybe be a little bit deceptive?
It has Northport as the median home sales price at $454,240, which that number, it's really high. And again, it's higher than Orlando, which Northport is not higher by any means. So $454,000 for a median home sales price. But when we go to the Redfin data and just pull up the actual city, it's a lot less.
And the reason for that is metro area. So when people saw this in the Facebook group, they were like thinking that this was representing Northport. And they're like, see, no one can afford to live here anymore. And don't get me wrong, we're not saying prices haven't got, higher and it's not, and that it's become a little less affordable in that area. That's definitely true. But that price point and the amount they were showing that you need to make a year, $123,888, isn't accurate because it's for the metro area. And Redfin is kind of tricky because their metro data for, I don't know why they call it Northport, probably just because it's the biggest landmass, but it includes Sarasota, which costs a lot more, includes Venice, which is quite a bit more, and Welland Park, which is actually part of Northport.
And it's a lot of new construction communities in Welland Park, so of course it's going to be higher.
Yeah, so I think including Welland Park, A-okay, because that's technically part of Northport, although it does feel sort of separate, but they're under their taxes and all that kind of stuff, so that's fair and square. But I think when a lot of people see Northport, they don't automatically think, oh, Sarasota, oh, Venice. Right now, the median sale price is $462,000. Let's take a look at that article one more time. They were showing it at $454. So it would make sense that maybe went up a little bit since that article came out. Yeah, I mean.
And this is metro to metro. We're comparing Northport, Sarasota metro area, just like in the article.
Yeah, so it was around that 452 price point in September through October for those 28 days. So if we scroll down here, we got another graph up for you here. And this is just for the city, not the metro. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think the median sale price is in Northport. So one more time, right now, the metro is $462,000 and it was $454 in the article. Leave your comment. Actually, what's your prediction? You sell a lot of homes in Northport of what the actual median for the actual city of Northport.
I would say probably around 360 to 380, somewhere around that ballpark.
It is 378. So pretty dang close. And that is a difference of almost $100,000, 378 versus 462. So
I know that one too.
Yeah, so
wow,
almost 100K. I mean, probably about an 80K difference, but
that's a lot of money though, when you think about it.
And your household income, you know how much you would need. So when people saw that news article or segment on TV, or the article on the website for that matter, and I found a bunch of articles that shared pretty similar data. Basically, they all took it from Redfin. And a lot of that context gets lost when people think they're looking at Northport when they're looking at the Northport Metro.
Yeah, and for a lot of people too that live in the area, maybe those numbers did sound, like very accurate because rents have gone up, property values have gone up. So the amount of money that you do need to purchase a home, it's higher than in past years. So if you see those numbers and you live in the area, maybe you do think that that's accurate.
And let's actually, so the home price for Northport, $378. Let's see if there's a market on here that's similar to that. Jacksonville's at about $365. That's pretty close. So your annual income there is about $99,000. So a little over $100K you would need a year versus what if you saw this article or the news segment, you would think you need closer to $123K. So that's about $23,000 difference in what you would need to earn a year.
And I do think it's probably lower in Northport too because Jacksonville is a much bigger city.
Right. And also that median sale price for just the city of Northport is also including Welland Park. Now, like we often say on the channel, Welland Park kind of feels like its own separate thing. It's a lot of gated master plan communities, HOAs, new construction, the whole 9 yards.
In Northport, it's much different at that. There is a lot of new construction going on. So homes, you can find new construction homes for the higher 300,000s, but you can also find resale homes, smaller homes in the $260,000 range. You are going to have to keep an open mind on location and maybe the size of the home if it needs updates, but those homes are there. It's not, when we say you get a lot more house for your money, it's not a $260,000 home. It would be more of a $360,000 home, but then you get a bigger home, newer home, maybe even new construction.
So realistically, you're saying closer to like 325, you would say? Is that a pretty...
For a like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath?
Yeah, in like Northport proper, not Welland Park, I guess you could say.
Not new construction, yes.
325?
Yes.
So then according to this, you would need about $88,000 a year.
Yeah, pretty comparable to Lakeland, I would say, but Lakeland, it's also closer to two bigger cities,
Metros.
Tampa and Orlando. So it might be a little more expensive to live there.
So we decided to go, she said we should Google it, and we Googled it, and I don't know how accurate this is. According to 2020's data, the average income in Northport is $29,830. Actually,
I think it might be accurate.
Snowbirds.
Yeah.
And retirees. You're right.
And a lot of people that live in Northport go to Sarasota or like the Fort Myers area for work. So it is a lot of service industry, healthcare. But in healthcare, you do make a little bit more too.
This article says $69,265 in 2020. So they're probably getting their data from different sources or including different things maybe. I would personally think it's closer to the 69 or like 40,
like 50.
Yeah. But that's also household income. If this is personal income, put those together and it comes out a little bit closer to that 60K. So yes, you do not need $125,000 to live in Northport unless maybe you're talking Welland Park.
So this gives you a little bit of an idea of how much it would cost to live in Northport and how much you would need to make to live in Northport. But if you'd like to learn more about what it's like to live in Northport or the pros and cons, check out this video right here. And if you're planning to buy or sell a home in the area, make sure to call, text, or email our real estate team. We'd love to help you out, 941-221-1897.
And to learn more about the Northport, Venice, Sarasota, Welland Park areas, be sure to subscribe and turn on all notifications. We're going to keep you up to date with the latest happenings, articles. If you found the video helpful, hit the like button and live breezy.